Coming up, but more heat's in store.
Yes, definitely. We're going to be really turning up the heat next week. Temperatures in the 90s. We're going to have some pretty intense humidity as well. It's definitely going to feel like summer out there. Definitely going to feel like July out there. But we do have a couple days to enjoy some temperatures in the 80s before we get there. Here's temperatures currently around our region. We can see sitting just at 80 degrees in Mankato. We're going to be cooling off into the 70s and 60s later on this evening. But then we are turning that heat up as we get later on into this weekend. 80 degrees currently in Mankato, like I mentioned, St. Peter and Glencoe as well as in Hutchinson, 81 degrees in New Ulm, 75 degrees in St. James and in Windham. Now those dew points too are fairly high. We're seeing mid to upper 50s, some reaching 60 as well for that dew point. So definitely humid out there. 61 for that dew point in Albert Lea, Esterville, 60 in Fairmont. If we look at that on our comfort index, we can see sitting in the little sticky category, so nothing too uncomfortable quite yet. But as we get later on into the week, we are going to be raising into that extra deodorant or even gross category by this week. When you combine those with those temperatures in the 90s, it's going to be pretty uncomfortable out there. Definitely good weather to spend at the pool, but it's also good to note to not let that heat let you down. You're going to want to keep an eye on your body, make sure you listen to your body, know the warning signs of heat stroke, heat exhaustion, so that if you experience any of those symptoms or anyone around you does, you'll know what to do and you can be prepared. Radar and satellite currently, though, we're seeing a couple of sprinkles and showers around the region, some thunderstorms as well. There was a severe thunderstorm warning in South Dakota, a little north of Pipestone. So if you're in the Marshall area, Pipestone area, keep an eye on that. We could see some hail and some strong winds, although the majority of us are going to be remaining dry as we go through this evening, which is not good news for a lot of us. We are really wanting to see some of that rain. New drought monitor came out yesterday. We can see everyone in the yellow in that dry category, moderate for those in peach, and then even more in the severe to extreme as we reach those orange and red categories. So a lot of us definitely needing some rain. Unfortunately, though, not a whole lot of it in this upcoming forecast. We're watching a couple showers later on this evening. Like I mentioned, we're going to be clearing out by the overnight. Pretty clear throughout the overnight hours and then into Saturday morning as well. Later on in the day, Saturday, though, more isolated and scattered showers and thunderstorms making their way through the area. It is possible a couple of these could be strong. We could see some gusty winds and some relatively small hail. So definitely stay weather aware tomorrow, but the majority of us can expect to not have too many impacts to our day. A lot of us likely probably won't see rain at all, which I know is not necessarily the best news for a lot of us. Tonight, though, low of 60 degrees, mostly clear out there. Southwest winds warming us up as we continue on through the weekend. Tomorrow, high of 83 degrees, isolated thunderstorms, like I mentioned, a couple of them could have some gusty winds, some hail about an inch, and we're going to see those winds shift a little bit more to coming from the west. Isolated thunderstorms tomorrow, and then a pretty clear forecast ahead other than that heat that we're going to see later on this upcoming week. Temperatures back in the 90s. We're going to see those lows in the 70s as well. Definitely warm out there with that humidity as well. It's very important to keep that heat in mind as you have those outdoor plans. As much as we say it's good pool weather and things like that, it's definitely important to be aware of your body as well.
It's not like what they're having in the Southwest, but it's still going to be pretty hot. You still got to be careful.
For sure.
Sports is up next, everyone.